keep building on the lines. Like, I think Vera Tucker will be a good player. Becton has to return from injury. And then I think on the other side, pressure players. There's a couple of guys there, but if they could add some difference makers in the front seven and obviously a corner or two, to me, those are usually the positions you can't get in free agency. You don't see great young corners just leave at teams or great young pass rushers. So to me, you want to kind of backfill other needs and try to get those premium positions in the draft. And I think Joe Douglas has done a really good job of amassing good value to do that.
I think you got to get Mekhi Becton healthy. You got to get that offensive line stabilized. You got to get more playmakers around him. I think, you look what Brian Dable, say, and the Buffalo Bills have done. They built it with their offensive line. They spent a lot of money in free agency in order to do that. They only drafted one guy, and that was their left tackle, Deion Dawkins. Mekhi Becton, does that sound familiar? And then, of course, put the playmakers around him, I think, is what you got to do.
I think the biggest thing now, and if there's anything that's been proven here in 2021, 2022, is that if you surround a young quarterback with good weapons, it can make a huge difference. And if you look at what the Bengals did, they said, maybe we want to sacrifice a little on the offensive line. We'll go with who we got, but we can add a dynamic playmaker like a Jamar Chase. Can really do an awful lot for your offense, because then you have your 1 and 2 receiver from the year before. They slide to 2 and 3, and now that number 3 receiver is as good as anybody in the league, and T. Higgins, as far as the 3 receivers are concerned. I think just as many playmakers as you can find to create matchups and surrounding those guys around your quarterback. I remember thinking back when we were at the Jets. I remember I had a start, and our best receiver that day was Clyde Gates and Braylon Edwards. And, no disrespect to Bray or Clyde or anyone else that took the field that day, but I think when you have a young quarterback, having some guys that can make plays even when they're covered is of the utmost importance, and it's being proven right now. Look at what Pat Mahomes stepped into, the supporting cast that he had around him. Look at what Joe Burrow stepped into, the supporting cast he has around him. Right now, the skill that's out there can make a lot of good quarterbacks look great. And I think surrounding Zach Wilson with as many pieces as you can in that regard will be really beneficial for his growth and development.